Okay, so hello, Internet. This is just a stream here for me to just work on stuff and chat with people. That's if people chat with me. I don't know. I'm not expecting anyone to be watching this. I'm just digging around with Houdini and trying to figure out line effects, kind effects, bad at pronouncing things. So let's see here. There's a couple things that I was wanting to do. And I'm going to sort of talk things over as I break things on this. It's not what I'm wanting. Okay, so yes, I wanted to go and check out my skeleton here because the orientation looked wrong on several things. So I need to orient things correctly because joint orientation is rather important with rigging. It's actually most of what rigging is making sure that your joints are oriented correctly so the animators don't flip out and be like, oh, this doesn't move right. Animators sound nasally and everything, as everyone knows. Okay, so since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna just sort of not make a new joint, go back into my edit mode, and then on this, I think I need to, I need to go to tweak mode. Now I can select, oh, no, not tweak mode. I thought that's how you do it. Think this, oh, I gotta hold shift. Okay. And let's right click and orient selected joints. And let's see what that did. What happened to my little display joint axis? Yes. Oh, okay, that sorta did what I wanted to do. Uh, So ideally you want your z-axis going down the bone chain, which this is going the opposite direction. So if we go to our network graph, let's make this a little bit smaller so we can look at the network graph because that's all that really matters in Houdini is the network graph. Uh, okay. So we're going to go down to where I am orienting the joints. And now that looks foobar. Okay, so ideally I want my joints to go pointing what I'm going to say is up in Z, down or down the joint chain. So Z goes down, and you want that sort of pretty much for everything, and then you're going to have all your joints sort of follow that. So it's sort of working, but as you can see, the tips are sort of messed up. Like this guy should really be pointing this way. And then the knee, like this should be pointing back in Y, and then it should be more in line with this guy. So I'm not sure if I'm using the orient joint correctly, and then on top of that, if I should be using it here or using it on my individual skeleton pieces that I've made. So, like for example, this is just the spine, and I really want a button to be able to turn this on and off. I'm gonna have to look into that. So let's make a note. A script that turns toggles, correct word, toggles joint type display prop property. Okay. I don't like this color. Yay, let's change a different color. Green? Something annoying. Well, annoying. I guess, no, purple. I don't know, I sort of like that. Nice blue. Okay, so let's actually go and see what our other bone chains are. We're going to set that. We're going to display joint axis on everything pretty much. So we can see our joint. Well, this one is doing the opposite of what I want. It's sort of working. Okay, so now we're just going to drop in a reorient joints. I'm going to start with our head joint here. Go, head joint. Okay. So got that. We're going to pipe into here. Let's see what's going on. Tink, tink, tink. Okay, so this is pretty much what I'm wanting. So we look at the reorient joint. We have our reference vector is 1, and then we don't have anything selected. So that looks broke. This looks correct, but we don't have anything in the reorient group or the target group. But we do have use parent for leaf bones. So if we turn that off, does it do anything? No. Okay, so at least for the head here, this is pretty much what I'm wanting. So let's make a little selection thing bigger so I can move that around. We're going to move this up over to there and pipe into there. Then let's drag these guys up. Okay, and then we're going that. We're going to alt drag, and that will make a copy to connect into these guys. And then these we're just going to repipe into here, connect, however you want to call it. It's a pipe connection network deal. Are you even in thing? Let's change this color. Black, yeah, okay. Okay, so that's looking good. What do we got here? Okay, so this is the spine and the upper part here is looking good. This is my root, and then these are the hips. The hips, like technically the hips are working right because this is a child of the root. The root doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. So let's see if we just select this guy, the root, and then say the target is the guy right above him with the spine lower. And that worked, but now my other things are broke. So what we do is we don't know what we're doing, so we hit this little button here that opens up our help. Well, it doesn't automatically do it because I have it, the help browser, hidden under here. And so now we're going to do this and drag this up, and now we have our help. So let's take a look at our help here. List of joints to reorient, reference vector that will be aligned to the children joint. Okay. Joints. Okay, so I have two inputs that I can bring in. Reference joint, optional reference skeleton used. The orientation from the reference joints will be kept instead of computing orientation from scratch. Interesting. Not sure how to use that. So, but these are the joints I want to reorient. Where does it say target group? Okay, it is possible to restrict the children by, oh, so I don't want this because that's going to restrict. And that still looks broke. Right? It doesn't look like it did anything. So let's turn that off. That looks right. So let's add the root and see. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure its orientation. Well, the root itself should be, let's go look at our side view. It's front view, top, sorry, front, side. So it's not really going up and down, sort of close. So let's just actually select this guy. So we're gonna go back to our skeleton. We're gonna show our handle, and then we're going to tweak mode. Don't want to do that. We want child compensation on. Do the select view. And we're going to just this ever so slightly so it looks it's wrong. That's looking, well, I'm just eyeballing this. This is not really how I want to do this. Ideally, you want to have it so that it's a little bit more programmatic and that this is just almost like world space. It should be world space. Can I put world space values in for this? What's if we do orient joint? That just broke stuff. So that's sort of how I want it. And then if we do orient joint there, it's going down the joint chain. It's joint. Yay! It did something bad. Okay, so now I've oriented those there. Back to our perspective view. Get that here. Let's look at this. And yeah, it's not what I want. Why are you guys pointing forward and Y and you are not? So let's go to our skeleton and let's shift and select all of these. We're going to say orient selected joints. Now, these are all sort of doing what I want it to do. This is, where did my X or Z axis go on that guy? Too sure. Okay, so now let's see how it looks on here. That looks foo. What is this not doing? Let's just select everything. Don't touch the microphone. Okay, so at this point, let's go on to the legs and see what the hell we're doing wrong here and focus on this. Make better headway here, then we will there. So this is this one. This is sort of working. Again, tips are messed up. Why is the head working? Let's go look at this guy. This is the arm. And it also ideally we want something like this. So and it could just be that I have gimbals and everything wrong, and that's why it's not wanting to work nicely. So, okay, that's good. That's working the way I want it to. Okay, good. So we should save. Oop. Okay, now we're gonna see if Orbs is still working because it had an issue with something or other. I have an issue with. Yeah, when I was setting up the auto scene thing, it was actually looking at the file name title path up here. Right here. I think it's still working. It could be still working. Not too sure. Find out. Turn this off. It's not really. That's turned off. Okay, so it does look like. Okay. So. Okay, so this guy's good. These guys. What's up? Show that these are working the way that I want them to. Okay, so let's look at fingers. And they all sort of look the way that I sort of expect them. So let's do a reorient and see how foobar they are. Oh, whoa, what the hell? Oh, let's. Okay. Okay. Sorta. Going. Um. What the hell? Some of them look good, some of them don't. Looking good. This is rather frustrating that it's not doing what it do. So, let's see what here. Let's split. So, got it. So, Rig Doctor should break everything. Okay, so that's sort of what I wanted to do. So convert instance attribute. Let's pipe this one in here. This is sort of. We can pipe this into my current here, and then Yay! That's stupid. I don't know why that works. You in here and then up away panel so I can. And so do I need to do the same for these other guys here? And let's disable this guy. And it's too many things. So we're going to do the same thing here. There. There. You. There. See. Focus on the center. That looks all sorts of good. Okay, let's bring our panel back. Reorient children. Yes, convert instance. Now, that's still. Okay, so turning off our transform sort of helps. Go to front view, just see if I muck these up and we're not on the good there. Okay, so then let's go here and this is sort of what I want. Yeah, not happy with, but that'll work. Oh, and let's see what the legs are doing. So, focus on the legs. Joints look good there. So then let's look at our reorient, and the ankle looks no good. So let's actually add in another reorient there. Plug that in. Let's connect from there. And then this one, we want the reorient to be the ankle. Okay. So, oops, hit enter. Let's port here. And then we want to select the target group, which will be the upper leg. And you did nothing. My parenting? Possibly. Okay, so it sort of seems to be working for this one. Okay. Okay, so these guys are a nice mess now. I'm just cleaning these up because I'm being really, I guess, anal about how it is. Readability just sort of helps when you're trying to debug things later on. Well, I'm the only one that's going to be looking at this. Okay, so now we're merging our skeleton. So this is a spot that I'm not entirely sure that I need to be doing that. Select a merge. So doing a thing called reparent joint here. So can we get it to display? Nothing. So let's make a visualize rig. Oops, no. This guy out. This one. So we can visualize what our rig looks like. Yes, yes. See all our orientations, everything there. Why are you so dark? Red joint color. Not selected. Seem very dim for some reason. Lighting? That doesn't seem to do. That's okay. Parent child, that's fun. Color. Change your link color. Let's do some. How about a nice pink? That isn't. I guess that sort of works. Display rig visual. Okay, so go back to our hats. The hats seem to work nicely. Okay. So that's sort of what I'm wanting to do. So now I shouldn't need this guy. Comment on here. Don't make comment. Don't want to dive in actions. Change, extract. Display comment. There is no comment. But I can jump in here and do something with it, but that's not really what I'm going to do. Okay. Back up. Okay, so now I'm mirroring the skeleton, and let's grab our rig device that we had over here and pipe that into there just to sort of double check what all it's doing to make sure that our thing is sort of working the way that, or at least I'm expecting. So here we're stashing the pose and the skeleton out. Okay, cool. So sort of working. The going on in the chat. As someone's watching. Hello, person watching, supposedly. Some more. Okay, so rig visualize, we can. Okay. So that's good, and I saved, right? Yes, I think. Okay. So oh, let's turn this around. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, this is the neat thing about Houdini is I can just sort of copy it, make a new thing. This is my test control stuff over here that I was working on that I'm not sure what's going on with it, but I'm gonna just play on something else here. Okay, go away panel for a second, and then there's a couple things I'll pull out of here. So control subnetwork attached to fingers. So I can just rebuild that. I just need the skeleton out. So and we're gonna use a joint. I don't know if I need a call and a chain. Start with our rig pose from the skeleton. So the cool thing is sort of select this guy, select any of these points, and then seeing how our joints are all oriented nicely, they should allow this animation of it if you were to select these for FK controls. However, my foot looks stupid broken. Ideally, you want your ankle to sort of, or at least your control, to be oriented this way. But the bone be there, you're adding another transform on it. It's not ideal from a math standpoint, or I guess real time. Well, I guess it doesn't matter in real time because you're exporting all the bones out and the bone animation data. This is more for the animator because the animator doesn't like the fact that this isn't up. Like he wants it to be up in the world so that if he was to rotate the ankle, it rotates along the ankle, till everything like that. So to address that. Okay, so orientations, right? But we don't need any poses. So let's do this and work to clear all this because we don't need anything. Okay, good. So now we're going to delete our joints. Yes, delete joints. Because I want to delete certain things. Oh, wait, why can't I select my groups? Where are my groups? I break it so I'm not getting groups. Okay, so here's the other fun thing about Houdini is have all these fun little things that it's all attribute based. So you can add stuff to it, you can take stuff away, you can tell it to do all this, but I have groups that I'm putting on here and I don't know if it's breaking at some point, which is sort of what you're looking for. So this and then okay, things are in the groups. So my delete joint. Okay, so we want to delete selected and we want to delete unselected. And so this is everything. And what are my groups? Okay, so we want the control group F, on asterisk for wildcard, and we want to spell control right. Okay, so now if we select this guy, our legs are bleeded. And wait. That's pruning the tips off of it, but I want... Okay, so we're just gonna, for the sake of just this working, to select the joints that we want. So in this case, I want this joint, the leg joint, and that away really, and then the arm joints. Okay, enter in the viewport, it's deleted. Okay, so then we need to do, here's the thing that will break. And why they would have that. So basically, this delete joints is the same as blast node, At least I think it's the same as a blast node. Actually, let's go look at the help for it and see if there is any information on why this is different. List, delete. Okay, and then we have parent, right? So, but if we look at blast, subset of input geometry is deleted, right? So that's what I'm doing here. And it's, again, it is just saying like, hey, delete non-selected. And I have the same point selected, except this one I'm selecting it by name opposed to point number. I guess that's the primary, but I can still put the name in here. Like if I do select this and then go over here and then group points, paste that in there. And then did we paste over the other points? Yes. Sure, right? See, we deleted the same thing. So it really is sort of the same node, just with a little different icon and less deals going on for geo. So we're gonna okay, so then we're gonna go back to delete joints. So we have this. So we're gonna do the same thing here, which is the add, and this is a cool little SOP, which is a surface operator, short for that. So that's what everyone else in the other YouTube videos and stuff that I've watched are saying. So pipe that into there, and that goes to there because that's the targets that we're making. And so the add joint here, we're going to go delete geometry but keep points. So we have all these points in space now. And those are what we want to play with. So this is coming in here, and then we need to add I to K chains. And then in this case, we're going to start with the leg. Left. This is the root. Wink. Mid name is the knee. Wink. Hit name. That. Oh wait. Let's go back. What? Okay, so our goal name is going to be this guy. One. Oh, I didn't rename these. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think this is sort of the issue that I'm getting is I'm not explicitly renaming these. So if we go and we look at this, so geometries. Okay. So we got our group. Let's go back. Actually, let's attributes name. There we go. Much better. Okay, so leg upper left, lower left. Okay, this is all left, right. Okay. So let's take a name, drop that on here, and then NI name from group. We're just gonna try some wildcard and see if that works. So we're gonna select this. We're gonna say name. Gonna be like everything underscore control. Okay. So now if we select this and we look at our name property, it's all the same. That's not from that everything to what I want. Okay, so I can rename it in the thing, but that's not really what I want it to do. I want the node to rename it. So to the help. Name geometry node. Naming points and primitives, renaming existing name groups parameters. So this node sets an attribute name by default, selected points primitive certain value, name it food, creates primitive attribute with the name value on the face, then you can refer to this group. Okay, good. Rename existing groups. Attribute name per group, assign the name, the attribute corresponding name of the group or parameters as part of. If it is more than one group behaviors defined. Mask number of names. The attribute var sets a point if attribute and a name parameter is scaling stuck. What's going on? Scrolling stuck. Click group. This is filled in. Any from the view selection specifying name. Occurrence. Off, the first occurrence is replaced from to. Okay, so we also have an attribute string edit. So I want to change my name. Come on. Houdini just crash? Just crashed Houdini. No. I haven't saved in a bit. Yeah, it crashed. Okay, so you don't have anything to look at, so you can look at code window. There's nothing. Except for the... Okay, so let's start Houdini again. I can do. So it's crashed. Oh no, damn it. I just lost all the stuff that I just had set up. That sucks. And okay, so that's working. So if I go there, back here, gonna switch back. No, it's not. Why not? This is well, it doesn't really go here. Let's go back. That looks okay. Good. So it should be showing this. Okay, so basically we want the joints, a chain, add, and to copy that. Skeleton. So skeleton out goes into required skeleton of the IK chain. Then we're going from there to delete joint to add, and then we need to figure out a way to change the names of this because I want the names. These it's basically saying like, hey, delete delete non-selected, delete this thing. This is telling it that and legs. And there we go. So then add, we're telling it to delete points, but geometry, we're good. Now, if we look at our spreadsheet and attribute name, okay, they're the same name as name that's going to be on our skeletons. So if we look at our skeleton, we still have upper that. And we want to differentiate between the two and piping in here to IK driver, we want different names. Unless it renames it here, so do. No, it doesn't. So want to rename these. And so we do name, right? Supposedly. I was using attribute string before, that might work. Tried the name thing because that makes more sense because it's a name node, right? So we have that and can select. No, we want points. There we go. So we're going to select everything. Aha, yeah. Back to our name, yes. Back to you. Nothing. Attribute name, number of renames. So let's just do one. And no, we have no names. And this has that. So we want, just gonna copy this here, and we're gonna say this from roll. Okay. And we have no names. Why don't we have names? So okay, so cleared that of so that worked. So, but if we do everything, yeah, do everything underscore control, yeah, and now it added control to everything. Uh, we don't want it to say control. We want it to say IK control, because it might have other types of control to say that. And this is just really, nomenclature on this is really bad. Like how this is written, but I'm going to sort of go with it for now just to see how. Okay, so now I shouldn't be. So if we scroll down here, don't see that. Did I attribute name, and it goes in here. So this name. This. Yes, much better. Pink. But okay, so tip name. Bang. Upper leg. Okay, so that's good. Do we want orange tip? Yes, we do. Okay, so now if we go to drop in a here, pose, select this guy. Match by name. Nope. See, we don't want orange. Oh, because if we do, okay, let's go to orange tip and rig. Why is it doing that, but then keeping the same orientation? Did we rotate it? Nothing. About you, nothing? Okay, so we're going to turn off orient tip. That just allows you to point the foot wherever you would want it to be. So in this case, we're going to here, we're going to select this guy, and then these guys are here, so we can see control, grab this, and it's not working. Did I change? I thought I changed this match by name. That seems to be working. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, so this is a mess. Just go to here and show guy. So this is my rig. Here are rigs. Correctly. That's doing the expected results, right? Yeah. We got some kind of broken IK going. Right? Because my leg thing's way over here. But I'm not changing the names of this. Match by name. But I didn't put tip or anything in there. So do I need match by name? No, match by name. This guy. Here. There we go. I need me some blend. That's what I'm doing. Is this set to 1? That's set to 1 too, and orient tip. Okay, let's do orient tip, and then let's clear our transform. So now, if I grab this guy, and we can see, yeah, it's working. But again, these orientations on these guys are less than stellar. So let's drop in reorient after our name. Right? It broke it all. Sweet. So they're not parented to anything. So I would to just don't you want to work? Excuse me. So these are all just points in space, and I all want them to up in, or no, forward in Z, up in Y, sort of like this guy, but their orientation is incorrect. And it's not right. So let's just make skeletons. Do what we did before. Just kind of snapping. Think. Point 1. Think. Okay. So now, oops. Okay, sweet. Where did my skeleton go? Okay, skeleton. That seems right. Good. They join accesses. That's good. Okay, reorient based off of this. And it does nothing. So, but it doesn't apply it for each one in thing. It's only doing it for one. So, why do I need to do for each point? So basically, we're going to do for each point in here, reorient skeleton. Right? Yeah, yeah. That's going to go to a rig pose. Right? Rig pose is pretty much what I want it, except for the arms. The arms are stupid broken. Blarg, blarg, blarg. Okay, we're just gonna deal with that for now. Let's crowd in here. Go over here. Okay, so this see bit of stuff. Have that work. I think. Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's go back to our IK here, which is now if we have our orient tip, if we turn that off. Oh, I'm peeking the mic. Good. Here, no transforms. No transforms there. Let's go and because of this. Okay, that seems to be being. Okay, so now my control is in the correct face orientation that I, but it is not oriented or orientated with my correctly. So this is really just me figure out how to do this correctly for these controls, because you can't just go like, hey, snap to this. Maybe you can just snap to this. Sure how to do it. Like these guys right here are up vectors. If I can select these, come out. That's why it's not working. I still have grid snap on. Snap is not me. So if we move these guys out, it's not really doing anything right now for the one leg because it's not set up. But this leg is set up, and as you can see, the knee there. Good. We can grab this guy. So let's turn on orange tip. Now it looks way broke. Right? So clear that. That's still way broke looking. Is it because it's matching to that guy? The how that's set up? Let's see. Enabled, lock and hide, enabled. from respo scale. Fucking scale. No scale on this. So this is sort of doing what I'm expecting it to do, and the orient is matching the orientation of this guy, or the control. The bones are matching to the control, which is not. Not sure why it's doing that. And I'm definitely sure if we, let's just set up an arm for shits and giggles. Select. Our wrist, which should be the elbow. IK control. And we're select the wrist as the end effector or Houdini. And now, if we go to pose this guy and we grab this, it's going to do absolutely nothing because we didn't turn on our blend. And so there we go. That is doing that, but have let's drag our elbow back, up vector back. So I don't like this either. So one of the setups that I would do in Maya is have it so that there was a little line. I guess I could do that. How do I make that? I'm not sure how to make it. So let's make another note. Um, elbow to vector. You know it is. No, it's there's something else here. Twist name. It's just what I'm wanting is a visual reference so the animator can look and go like, oh, this control that's floating out in space over here affects this elbow. And it's something that, again, you should be able to toggle on and off like any control that you have on a rig. It should be really open-ended, which is sort of what this system isn't. It's really designed for someone like myself. It's not an animator to be able to take and process lots of animation data. And it's also a very new system. They just released it in 18.5, which is current version. Prior to this, they had all the rigging tools in the object level. So you'd have to here, and then you'd have your mesh and all this, and then you'd create a bone here and be like, oh, here's a bone, and all this, and you'd go thing and make this network and all this, and then paint all your stuff here. It was not fun in comparison of like, oh hey, I just go in, I make a skeleton, select my skeleton, and then go like, oh hey, boop. There we go. Hey, I got like a leg, you know? And then you can just mirror it and do all that fun stuff. But I digress. Okay, let's see if people are chatting. No one's chatting. It says someone's watching. Maybe it's because I have something open. Okay. So either way, we're going to go here and we're going to select orient tip on hand, and then we're clear out our or there. Yeah. And so I'm not sure what I'm doing here, and I need to read up some more on some stuff that I just thought of, and I'm not sure how to describe even to myself. Other than saying I want these guys, these goals to sort of be how they are, usually just have them aligned in the vector of the leg, which in this case is pointing this way, so it would come out so and be like, oh hey, I'm spread out, and then this guy would obviously be like this, but then you can't twist his ankle. So I'm sort of stuck here, and I need to go do something else. So you have been watching. Thanks for watching. Uh, have everyone have a good day, good night, wherever you are.